What's up, everybody? We're S.A.D After Dark out of Brooklyn, New York. I'm Dan Berg.
I'm C for Graffiti.
Check out our music and check out us reacting to Tuna in the Brine by Silverchair. This was suggested to us by our patron Jolene Delci. Shout out to you, Jolene. We appreciate you. If y'all don't know, all of our reactions are chosen by our patrons on our Patreon page. So go over there, check it out. You can get involved in our content decisions and support all the content that we make for as little as $1 a month. And with that being said, we're going to get into it. Make sure to like the video if you enjoy.
I found the keys to my heart when everyone's heart seems so calm. And you found the lock to my dorm and opened the doors to my trust fund. Love is true. I've ever been before. Closer to everything. Asking for change and changing everything. Fables, I'm changing everything. It's no time to shine like a tuna in the brine. From my purple pores, I'm changing everything. So one of the animals who keep sipping the sweat from my back. You're making me ill and I can't get enough. So take another pill and tell another lie. A lie amongst your lies, like tuna in the brine.
Oh, they said the title. That was an interesting one.
Exactly.
I feel like what stood out to me the most about this one was actually the production and the way that the instruments were used. Because they used a lot of instruments that aren't just like the standard rock band instruments. And I feel like a lot of bands, like if it's a typical rock band, like drums, bass, guitar, singing, when they add in another instrument, I feel like they make you like kind of focus on it. Like it's like, oh, this is the song with the cello or whatever.
Yeah.
But with this, it's like they had so many other instruments, but it never felt like they were fighting for the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just like, this is just what it is. Like this is just part of the sound.
Yeah.
Like it didn't sound like they were trying to emphasize the strings necessarily. It didn't mean like, oh, it's not like, oh, this is a rock song with strings. It's like, this is just a rock song and the strings help it.
Yeah.
You know, even just like doo-doo, like the little string things, it just adds to the mood. It's not really like, oh yeah, pay attention to this part now. You know what I mean? It just kind of adds to the sound collage, if you will.
Sounds good. Sounds collagey.
Yeah.
I really love the technicality of his voice. Like, I could hear him really, like, using his skills, and I like that a lot. Because he had to do so many dynamic things with the singing and then the content of the singing, trying to tell a story. And, like, I just really love the way he sang it. It was, like, pretty awesome. Kind of reminded me of this other crooner from, like, the 80s, and I wondered if it was him or if it were he, however you say it.
If it were whom?
Exactly. My mom would correct me, so I have to speak properly. Whatchamacallit? But no, I really loved his voice. I love the dynamics of the music, but the technicality of his voice was great. Like, I can hear him singing through the proper spots. Like, you know, so it's like I like that.
You're like, his technique is on point.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I really like the way like the vocal harmonies were layered very well. Also, it's another thing. It's like whoever was mixing this album did a great job because everything just fit in so well.
Neatly.
That like, yeah, it fit in so neatly that even when there were vocal harmonies, it wasn't like, oh yeah, now there's all these vocal tracks. I had to be like, oh, I can hear in the back, he added the low here. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like, that kind of like subtlety, I feel like makes you get into it a little more because then you're listening like, oh, what's gonna happen next? As opposed to it all just being right in your face.
Yeah.
You know?
I think they missed the mark on the name of this band. I think this band should be called Fine Tune.
That's the side project, okay?
But you said that you could do something with your lives like tuna in the brine. Who doesn't like tuna? But no,
like
just kidding.
tuna.
Yeah, you know, I don't really know what the lyrics are about. But like, if tuna is the tuna laying in the can, or is it to say like tuna in the brine is nothing compared to like an actual tuna steak?
Oh, like it's a watered down version.
Yeah,
like
where it's just like, you know, it's
diluted.
I mean, tuna in a can and stuff like that is kind of shitty compared to a tuna steak.
Oh, well, for sure. Yeah, I mean,
but I love tuna fish sandwiches.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if I'm just going off the deep end with this because you finished it with it like that, you know, and I'm just trying to figure out.
Well, y'all tell us what this is about if you know. Shout out to Jolene for suggesting this. We appreciate you. We appreciate everybody on Patreon. You're helping to make all these videos possible. Shout out to everybody watching on YouTube. We're S.A.D After Dark, and we'll see you soon.